See how this works. All right. There we go. Hello, hello. What's poppin'? Hey, hey, how's it going? How are we all doing this fine Monday afternoon? I'm just vibing, personally. Got the day off. Got time to draw. I'm just gonna do some of that. That's great to hear. Nah, it's all good. It'd be a lot cooler if my acronym. If it'd be a lot cooler if my initials were EX anyway. Let's see. Oh yeah. Sounds like a great way to unwind for the day. Let's see. My day has barely begun. Which is why I'm just taking some time to chill out and draw some little doodle prompts I was taking on Instagram. Hey, give me time. I'm still working on it. I'm trying this new thing where I rough out basic shapes before I go too deep into anything. I believe others call it the sketching phase. It's a revolutionary new concept, and I'm finally giving it some thought. Was it just on pantomimes just goth clowns? Yeah, they're pretty much just mimes when you think about it. Oh god, I've zoomed in too far now. We'll definitely be going for a black and white color scheme with this one, I think. Let's see what his arm's doing. Balloons. Yes, it's fine. My genius often goes unnoticed. I'm kidding. Or am I? Fishnets is good. I was thinking more striped sleeves, personally. But we'll see how things shake out. I'm also zoomed way too far in, actually. Hold on, I gotta I gotta zoom out some, otherwise everything's gonna be pixelated as hell. Do I want to keep ratio? Yes, I do. Let's see, leave it there. Okay, alright, now we're big. The key to getting good line work on any drawing is to just make sure your canvas is fucking huge at all times. I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna get rid of that sketched mouth because that's just gonna throw me off. I gotta find a way to keep the prompt fucking text in the top corner at all times. Actually, no, I know how I can do that. Just make it fucking huge so you can see it on the... You can see it on the viewfinder at all times. Problems? Solutions. Let's see if that's actually visible by any stretch of the imagination. Let's see, alright. I've done the classic thing that I always do, where I give the head skeleton just a round circle, which tells me absolutely nothing about how I'm supposed to draw the rest of the head. Good job, past me. You're really making current me's life easier. First of all, this little, like, head skeleton is incredibly wide, so I'm just gonna shrink that in a little bit. Shrink it in. Keep it more head-shaped. YouTube sabotage a stream in Upper GX. I've been hearing a lot of slander about Upper GX recently. Apparently its whole, like, unique selling point of being a quote-unquote browser for the gamers doesn't actually do much. It's just Chrome with funny skins. Those teeth are janky, so I'm just gonna... Okay, her head is far too wide, and I understand this. There's the eyes, I gotta bring them in a bit. Probably yes. It's alright, everything's just full of adware these days. Can't escape it. Just gotta learn to live with it. There we go, that's how we fit the ears in there. There we go. Give him a little birthday hat, why not? Let's... I might just get fishnets on her arms. That seems appropriate. I could probably just do that in the inking phase more than anything. I'm thinking fishnets or tattoos. Like, I feel like that's gonna be the choice I have to end up making. Oh shit, I fucked something up. I fucked something up. I made a mistake. Made a big mistake. There we go. Stealing doodle concept. Take it, it's yours. I mean, it was a doodle request at the beginning of the day anyway, so... It's not even my idea to steal. Actually, what if we do this? Nah, honk honk. What if we give her those big old goth boots, but they're also clown shoes? I'm funny sometimes. There we go. There we go. I feel like the stripes would be relevant, but I have no idea how I'm going to map those out. That's a problem for later, me. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's see if we can use these fingers. Right, that arm's probably a little bit too long, actually. This hair thing's a little too flat. There we go. Down. Let's see, get a skew on there. It's all time and practice. That's all it is. The longer you do it, the better you get at it. And the longer you do it, the more shorthand little strategies you come up with. I think our nose needs to be more round. What do we think? Cigarette? No cigarette? Ah, no cigarette. A bit of a shorthand rose on the lapel here. There we go. Looks like a bunch of squiggly lines, but, you know, when you ink them in, it actually resembles a rose pretty easily. It's a pretty simple design, but it's what I'm sticking with. Layer. New layer. Vector layer. See, how big is my shit? There we go. It's always good to get out of your comfort zone. Because otherwise, you're right, you do end up getting into, you know, little habits and whatnot. That's what I'm trying to do right now. Like, it's been so long since I've, you know, really sat down to draw, well, just about anything. I'm almost trying to relearn or reteach myself all the... It's just like I'm trying to reteach myself everything from scratch, actually. And I've not created a vector layer. Well, that was good that I figured that out then and not later. Otherwise, I would have needed to throw away all of my line art. Suffice to say, I'm glad that didn't happen. Hey, any silly drawing's a good drawing in my book. Now that's always the worst. That's why I like to keep my layers simple. Well, I say that, then suddenly I end up with 4 color layers, 3 shading layers, and a bunch of other mistakes. Oh well, it's all part of the process. Let's see, gotta have the makeup. Hey, even if you only had one layer, you could put things on the wrong one. That's just how it is. Let's see. Let's pinch that one in, actually. There we go. I saw that too. The team's growing. Good for them. I'm glad they're using some of that success money to stock up on talent. That could be thinner. Larian's a true success story. You love to see it. And I, for one, am keen to see what projects they come out with next. I always love when a studio basically gets to make whatever they want. Just give some wackos complete creative control, and they'll give you something that's, well, interesting at the very least. Yeah, you gotta get around to it. It's the big thing. Everybody's talking about it. And here's to hoping. I had a somewhat troubled development with Cyberpunk, so let's hope they've at least learned from that. Nobody asked. Not a question. I have a hard time with decisions in Baldur's Gate, like RPGs. Yeah, that's always the hard part. And there's so many choices to make. How do you choose just one? And that to me is one of my favorite things about Baldur's Gate. There's so many different choices. You almost have to you almost have to learn to be okay with making a bad choice every now and again. You gotta learn to live with failure. It's a lesson we can take into real life. We walk the paths we walk. We make the choices we make. And if they're bad choices, then, well, we just gotta live with that. Hell, I almost abandoned my first ever Baldur's Gate playthrough because well, because I lost. I mean, no spoilers, obviously, but I got to the very end of the game. And then I was like, I'm gonna make this choice. Oh, I've lost. Everyone is dead and it's entirely my fault. I'm like, sure, it gave me the option of reloading an old save file, but then I was like, you know what? I did what my character would have done. And if that ended in imminent doom, you know what? Maybe that's what they deserved. Maybe that's what I deserved. Erase. Alright. The fishnets will be a good call, I think. Also, I just shorthand all my hands, because who cares? Alright. X. That's way too thick. Wait. What is going on? What is going on with this here? Shoulders are very broad there. There we go. Listen, as long as once was on purpose, you can just say every other time was on purpose too. What matters is if you believe. Here we are. Alright. I don't know why, but I love drawing shitty little paper party hats like that. Even if they are slightly off kilter. Good campaign. Hell yeah. Love me a tabletop campaign where death is possible. Give me high, meaningful stakes. Give me the possibility for death. Ugh. Oops, too much. I mean, hey, ending a campaign is a luxury few people are afforded in this day and age. Something always happens to disrupt the flow. I mean, I imagine there'd be plenty of death in that campaign setting. I don't think the cruisy narrative play is as big of a consequence there. Definitely gonna need to start fucking around with my line weights after this. Ugh. Ugh. I'm just fully shorthanding this. Ooh, that is a good concept. Yeah. I think I'm just gonna keep him spiky for now. The boots stay mean. Put a line straight down there. Resume. Okay. I should probably be saving this more frequently than I am. Why is it rotating? There it is. There's a lot of character you can get in big stumpy boots. Really begs the question why anyone would wear regular shoes. Actually, I know the answer to that question. It's because big stomping boots fucking hurt to wear. Walking 1 mile in big stompy boots is like walking 10 in regular shoes. Sure, they look great. But what are the cost? Goth clown, goth clown, goth clown. Goth clown with big stomping boots. Anytime I ask for doodle requests on Instagram, I always get something like this. Today I am indulging it. Also today I'm actually doing it, because half the time I ask for doodle requests on Instagram, I end up just like... something immediately happens that prevents my ability to draw for hours. I think the last time I asked for doodle requests on Instagram, I realized I hadn't drawn anything like 5 hours after I posted it and quickly deleted it. Oops. I'm only human. Evil honk. Who else got Doc Marten scars? I am very lucky that I have not had them. Although, I also don't think I've ever owned a pair of Doc Martens in my life. I got fucked up little feet. I'm basically relegated to wearing runners only for the rest of my life. I need that athletic support, man. I can't go without it. I mean, I can wear boots, but it's just... you know, I'll just complain about it for the rest of the day. Then again, I'd probably do that no matter what I was doing. I'm just a complainer, I guess, is what I'm saying. Okay, let's see. Let's adjust some of these line weights. I feel like I drew with too thin lines. At least for outside lines, anyway. There we go. I just need to go in and very isolatedly make some of them more narrow. I always do this. I always have to like go in posthumously and adjust every single line width individually. Surely it would be easier to just get the line weights right the first time. Docs are not for me then. Perhaps that's the case. I have enough trouble with my demonias. And yet, I continue to wear them. Because I am a glutton for punishment, and a sucker for big boot. I will say, I feel like it would be a lot better for me if I, you know, was able to mentally prepare myself for the pain of wearing big boot. I always forget that they're uncomfortable and arduous to wear. Every time I go to wear them, I'm like, ah, yes, this is a wonderful idea. This is splendid. And then I finally have to reap the consequences of my actions, and I'm like, hey, this sucks. I'm in so much pain right now. Kill me. Nah, I love it though. I can't even take big leather boots. Big plate boots would be far too much for my tiny little human body to handle. Move this elbow up here. Ooh, what's happened over here? Just simplify this. Grab some control points. There we go, that's a lot smoother. Big boot, make brain go activate. Neurons firing. God, so true. Okay, I need to make... Now I need to make these lines a little thicker now, because now they're too thin. You're going to simplify some of these lines so they're a bit smoother to look at. You know what? Fuck you. Simplifies your lines. Should probably thicken some of these balloon lines too, actually. That's better. Yeah, tall people tend to wear out their shoes quicker, that's what I find. Am I speaking from personal experience? I'll never tell. Oh wow, I just completely, like, blanked out and could not determine colors for a second there. There we go. Alright. Normally I hate the coloring process of drawing. But this is very simple. I should do all my drawings in black and white. Actually, wait, that's what I do. See, black, black. There we go. I always wear out the outside soles, because for some reason, one of my feet is bigger than the other one. Why is this the case, you ask? I have no idea. $2 meters tall. Good lord. What are you doing here? The Lakers need you. Like my favorite meme at the moment. Whew. Okay, so now I've got most of the base colors down. And start going in and doing some of the little funny detail colors. I like this goth. I like cloth gown. That took me a second. I am not good at reading. Eating raw onions. Well, don't do that. Let's see. You know, I might use a pencil for this. Actually, no, I lied. That's a terrible idea. Okay. Nice and simple details. Honestly, that's kind of what I do. Digital non-oil. Now let's see. If I was to just select this block here, could I theoretically just do this all in... Oh, Jesus, stabilization is way too high there. Okay, that's too thick. That doesn't work. It's a very simple idea, but I should probably need to put a bit more thought in that. I'm sure if I just that's something, but I think I need to put a little bit more focus on the shape of these stripes. Glad we're appreciating the stripes, because they are a nightmare to formulate. Especially if they're just stark black and white. You know what, here's what I'm gonna do. Segment them off like that so I can actually see where they start and stop. Absolute focus mode. Oh god, this is a mess. What am I doing? Okay, let's see if this works. Definitely gonna need to fix this up, but it's good enough for a base. This is Scandroid. In terms of what the music is. One of my favorite synthwave outfits. I'm just throwing on like a synthwave playlist. That hopefully doesn't get my VODs muted. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Oops. There we go. Yeah, it's simple, but it'll do. I didn't really want to be spending a long time on these drawings anyway. Just some light doodles on a day off. Ooh, that looks nice. Yeah, it'll do. What's the worst that can happen, I say. Let's see, get a bit of shine there. Oh, no, that's great. Put maybe some hair highlights. Why not? There we go. Yeah. I don't think it's too bad for a quick little doodle. I don't think I'm going to go too hard with shading this or anything. Just fill up some lines there. We've got a very simple multiply layer. Linear burn. Just add a bit of definition to the eyes. That should be it. Maybe under the fringe there too. Alright. How'd she look with a bright red nose? Let's find out. Honk. Ain't too bad, actually. Very simple shadows. Alright, I think I'm ready to consider myself satisfied with this one. I mean, my original plan was to just do some tiny little doodle requests from Instagram. Did some other ones earlier in the morning. They didn't take I didn't put nearly as enough, and didn't put nearly as much effort into them as I did to this one. Nothing compares to the power of a goth clown. Let's see. And just do a tiny little bit of set dressing, and then I'll call it done. Yeah, I think the red nose is a good idea, but I think I'm going to keep it classic black for this one. Let me get a nice circle first. There we go. Some censored expletives. Because why not? And there she is. Bada bing! Ugh. Well, there's my funny little sketch for the day. If nothing else happens today, I can at least say I did this. I also deleted the highlights in her eyes for some reason, so I'll just put those back in very quickly. Alright. I think now I'm going to hop off and grab some lunch. Then maybe I'll get back to doing some of these requests later in the day. But in the meantime, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for having a chill time. And I hope to see you next time. My arm kind of hurts. Why is that? I should probably look into why that is. Surely it can't be emblematic of a bigger issue. Oh well. See you around, gang.